What's up everyone on the internet? Thank you for making this video party. I'm so excited to upload this one for you guys because this video we'll be taking a look at an anime that is so beautiful that I cannot believe it took me this long to watch, and that would be Anohana. Before we go any further, one of my favorite films of all time is Maquia When the Promised Flower Blooms because I love how it tells this beautiful story of motherhood and how blood is irrelevant when it comes to the relationship between a parent and child. And it was the first film that made me cry so hard that as soon as the movie ended, I immediately called my mom to tell her how much I love and appreciate her. Anyway, I can go on forever on how much I love that film, so if you want to see my full review on Maquia, you can find the link in the description down below, and don't forget to hit that like button. But going back to Anohana, apparently the director who made Maquia also made several episodes in this little anime. And when I heard this anime has been known to make viewers cry, I immediately looked it up on Netflix. Now you're probably wondering, wait Adam, you want to watch a show that's going to make you cry? Yes, because to me, crying while watching a film or anime, it sort of implies that this is some top tier level storytelling. Whether it's an impactful scene, the music playing in the background, or is just visually stunning, if it can make me cry, then it just shows you how much I really loved the story. And by the time I had finished watching Anohana, I gotta tell you, I was shedding some tears. More on that later. But anyway, Anohana was released back in 2011 and is centered around this little girl called Menma who unfortunately died, but her spirit remained with her best friend Jingtan and wants him to reunite with his old friends who haven't spoken to each other for 5 years in order to grant her final wish. And when I saw how this character was viewed on screen, I was like, holy crap, this is the Sixth Sense. Because apparently only Jingtan can see her while the rest of their friends can't, which was very interesting to see how this little girl interacts with her friends who can't see her but can somehow feel her presence. And this gives her the opportunity to see how her friends have changed 5 years after her death. Now, one of the things that I really loved about this anime was how in the span of 11 episodes, you see these kids reunite and slowly make amends with one another in order to help grant Menma her final wish. And the whole reason why the story is centered around this final wish is because Jingtan believes that if he and his friends can make Menma's wish come true, then she'll finally be able to go to heaven. Even though throughout the show, we watch Jingtan work his butt off in order to make Menma's wish come true, there's also a little part of him that kind of wants her wish to not come true. Because if her wish is granted, then her spirit will finally be able to go to heaven, and in Jintan's mind, Menma will only become a memory. And I love how we see this inner conflict within our main character, which makes him more relatable because of his flaws. Honestly, if I was in his shoes, I'd probably feel the same way because saying goodbye is one of the hardest things to do when it comes to moving forward in life. Also, since we're on the topic of inner conflict, one of the things I really liked about this anime was how even though Men was gone, her death still affects the lives of each of her friends. Because even though things may seem somewhat fine on the surface, it's not until when we see each member of the group in private where these kids reveal their inner struggles that they are going through. And all this has been bottled up inside them for 5 years, but as we watch the show, we slowly begin to see these kids open up to one another. While some feel like they are responsible for Menma's death, others begin to reveal their true feelings for each other. Once you see how everyone in the group has their own flaws, they become more relatable to where you as a viewer can see yourself in their situation because no one is perfect. So I really liked how this anime shows how people struggle with loss and are sometimes stuck in the same place. And this happens for the majority of the show as we see these kids struggle with letting go of the past. It's not until when we get to the final episode where we see these kids accept what happened to Menma and are finally ready to move forward with their lives, but at the same time never forgetting the memories they had with her. Now, even though moving forward is the right thing to do, that doesn't mean that it's painless as we see all the emotions that have been bottled up in these 11 episodes come rushing through as the story reaches its sad but also beautiful ending. And watching how the story ends, it beautifully wraps up this coming of age tale as we see these kids finally mature while at the same time keeping the magic they had from when they were kids alive and well. Now, going back to what I said earlier, by the time I had finished watching this anime, I was in tears. From the final episode's big climax to the rolling credits, I was crying non-stop. Now, I wasn't crying as much as I did with Maquia, but it was still plain enough for me to see just how beautiful this anime was. And I even like the song that plays during the final credits as it embodies that young, innocent nature that children have before taking you back to memories of your childhood. I really love that song and I was so happy that I was able to download it. Unlike the song that plays at the end of Maquia, which will 100% make me cry like a 5-year-old, but I love it so much and it hurts that I cannot download it anywhere. But anyway, going back to Anohana, I really love this anime to the point where this is going to be one of those shows that I rewatch every year from now on. And even though there is a spiritual side to the story, at the very core of it, this is a coming of age tale that focuses on the struggles of dealing with loss and how to overcome them in order to move forward in life. And I was surprised to see how in the span of 11 episodes, this little anime was able to tell an incredible story in just a short amount of time. And with no filler episodes, the show wastes no time in getting you from episode 1 to episode 11 as you go on a roller coaster of emotions throughout the course of this anime, which makes this show really easy to binge through, where you can probably watch it all in one day if you really wanted to. For me, I prefer to watch one episode a day because it makes the ending all the more better, as it allows the story to build more emotion in the span of 11 days rather than rushing through it in 4 hours. But anyway, I really love the show, and looking back at this little anime, yeah, this will definitely be a show worth rewatching every year from now on. So if you're looking for something to watch that makes you want to reunite with your friends, you should definitely check out Anohana. Well, that's going to do it for this video, guys. That was my overall review for Anohana. If you like what you saw, click the subscribe button so you can always updates from this channel. I'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye-bye.